I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. How much do you want to talk about budgeting? That's right, this video is going to have nothing to do with Wall Street, much like a lot of the previous videos where we're actually trying to get you guys invested in the markets long before we start telling you guys everything that's going on in the capital markets. We want to make sure that you're doing everything right on your end so that you can best benefit when you are ready to start investing. So today, we're going to talk about budgeting. It's not the most fun topic in the world, and especially when we're starting at the very, very lowest level. But hey, stay with me. I would imagine that a lot of the stuff that we're going to cover, even you're not doing. And I'm not trying to call you out and say that you're not doing all the things right that you're supposed to be doing, but there's just a lot of things that get overlooked, even the most basic stuff. So let's not pretend that we live in some egalitarian world where everything is just equal between everybody. It's not. So while I sit here and continue to pontificate about budgeting, let's just talk about budgeting. You're already captivated, I would imagine. That's why I've got you here. How to budget is a broad topic, but it really gets narrowed down at the very bottom of it to a real simple concept. I'm going to have to treat you like you've never done this before. The simple concept is a column, just one column. Just take a piece of paper, one line, draw right down the middle. On one side, income. That's the money coming in, not gross, but net. The actual amount of money that you yourself get to get your hands on. On the other side of this column, liabilities. We want to know how much of that money has to come out. One-time payments, recurring payments, mortgage payment, car payment, insurance, all of it, right? If you're investing into your children's education in the future through some sort of investment plan, if you make an investment over here, a charitable donation every month, whatever it happens to be, income in one, liabilities in the other. Okay. You're saying to yourself, you think I don't know this? This is the easiest thing. That's simple. No, I understand that it's very, very simple. But statistics show that there's a good chance you're not doing this. There's a good chance that most people aren't doing this. That this is the reason why we live in a society filled with debt. There's debt everywhere. And the reason why a lot of people can't get invested into the stock market, despite the fact that they might have a little bit of know-how or they've got the gumption to get out there and get after it, the reason they can't do it is because they find themselves financially strapped. They've got too many things in the liability column and not enough stuff in the income column. So please, for me tonight, this is a must. This is a you're doing this today. If we're taking these steps and we're taking little tiny baby steps here with it, we're taking you by the hand. The thing I would say is tonight with your loved one, or if you're alone, do it in the mirror. Whatever you got to do, sit down tonight, piece of paper, your bills from the past month. Spend the 15 minutes. Get up, go look for the bills. Spend the 15 minutes. You can do it. Get all the stuff together. Think, where does my money go? What little $50 goes here to a cell phone plan? What goes over here to house insurance? All of that stuff needs to be accounted for. And income. Wherever your income comes from, the net income from your job, do you got yourself a paper route? Are you out there juggling flaming chainsaws maybe on the weekend, having people throw nickels in your hat? I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works for you. But you got to calculate all that stuff to the best of your ability tonight. Tonight is the time. Son, we're trying to budget here. We're starting at the very bottom level. The best thing that you can do is just get on board. Let's get these two things done. And now that we've done this accounting, and we've taken a look at the columns, and you've done this, we're going to do this tonight when this video is over, whenever, but you're going to get this done, because no matter how easy it sounds, it's very difficult actually doing this and very difficult keeping up with it. And that is the reason why a lot of people don't have a lot of money, is because they just can't manage their money. They don't have the patience or the wherewithal or something that gives them so many issues seems to be something that they can kind of brush off because it's fear. But I mean, let's face facts. It's people just being absolutely chicken shit of all the answers that are going to come, because ultimately what you're going to find out is that the best place you can go to blame your little number column that you just designed for yourself, the best place that you can go and talk to someone about how you're being shortchanged, about how there's all that red, not enough in the black. You knew that because every month things were tallying up. They were tallying up against you, against your family. The easiest person to blame, and I've got this figured out for us. This is going to be much easier. We're going to pass the buck, and then we're not going to have to deal with it. We did our little budget thing. We made our columns, say la vie. Everybody moves on. So the best person to blame, it's yourself. It's you. You're doing this. So take a little bit of the responsibility, whatever it is that you're doing or not doing with your finances. If it's you out spending useless amounts of money on stupid nonsense, if that's just your bag, then you gotta cut it out. We're not even talking about you being able to have the capital involved to go invest. We're talking about the bare minimum here, you just learning how to balance your own books and balance out your spending in your life, because ultimately the road to prosperity isn't paved with $6 coffee every morning. It's just not. I'd love to tell you that it was. I'd love to tell you that it was super easy, that this is all just going to be the easiest thing you've ever done, but it's not. And that's why we start from the very bottom. Let's make up the column. Let's take a look. Income, liabilities, okay? More liabilities than income for the most part, for most people out there, especially most people who are probably not budgeting and just starting this, even the ones out there that thought that this was probably a little too, they're above this already. They already know this. Yeah, well, they're not doing it. So now that we know that you're at fault, and it's your fault, take a little bit of accountability for it. What we need to do is realize that we're going to be able to fix this. We're going to be able to fix this as soon as we take the accountability. As soon as you take the accountability. Budgeting is not that difficult. It's really a matter of consistency. We're going to start out very easy. You're going to get these two columns done. You're going to take a look at your income and your liabilities, and you're going to see where you stand. And as you go through the process of doing this, I assume that you're going to realize some of the mistakes that you make along the way. And you're going to hopefully start to self-identify through those. If you haven't already, maybe you live a day-to-day life where you're like, man, I know I do this. Why the hell do I do that? Man, why the hell do you do that? That's a very good question. But maybe some of these will be eye-opener realization moments where you're like, I didn't know I was doing that. Who knows? But the matter is, we're going to do the process. The process is going to be done. The process is going to work. And once this is done, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel relieved. It's not going to be over, but it's the first step. And the first step is usually the hardest one to take, because there's a lot of trepidation about what you might find on the other side of that first step. But for you, you're going to find that you're a very smart person. You maybe been making a couple of mistakes here, there, and everywhere. And like we've talked about in previous videos, it's all those mistakes out there that compound together and make a big mistake, make for big consequences. Well, you're not going to have to suffer no big consequences anymore, because we're starting to nip this in the bud. And we're starting to nip it in the bud today, correct? So tonight, please, like I said, with your significant other or with yourself in a mirror, however you like to do it, get yourself some company. Talk to one of your friends about coming over and doing a budget with you. Get them to do a budget themselves. There's nothing wrong with people being involved in their money, right? Get some people jazzed up about taking better care of their financial health. Whatever it is, though, you need to get it done. You need to get it done tonight, and you need to get on the road to prosperity and finding a better way to manage your money. It's just a matter of actually doing it. This is a very easy step. I feel like I don't even need to do this. This just goes to show that you can't spend even 15 minutes. Even if you find these 15 minutes negligible. I don't need to write out 2 columns. Just prove me wrong. That's fine. Just do that. Just go out and just prove me wrong. show me how you could do it and it's easy. And then we'll take it to the next step. And we'll see if we don't find something in it that was an asset for you as well. But I hope for the rest of you, we're making up these 2 columns. We're going to discover a couple of things that either we already knew and we were denying, or that we didn't know already about the way that we're spending our money. And in the next video about budgeting, we're going to start taking some steps to fix that liability column. I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. I thank you for joining me once again. You're looking marvelous. I love when you guys stop by. Have yourselves an excellent rest of your day.